Hello guys, welcome back to my channel VDDs. Myself Vikash and this channel is all about auto detailing. Today I have a brand new Java classic in for ceramic coating and this is the vehicle. So it has got less than 500 miles and it's a brand new, just couple of weeks old. Minor paint correction there and I'm going to do that and then coat that with 9H ceramic coating. That is all coming up on this episode of Finance and Preserve. Thanks for watching my previous videos and I hope you keep supporting me in the future too. As I said, minor paint correction required there. Few swirls above the paint surface, but that's expected. I grab my tool and start measuring the paint on this. If you notice, you'll see that the readings on the white painted surface is higher than the one on the non-painted silver surface. Readings measured are in microns. Here's a little experiment trying to show you guys how thick the paint on your vehicle really is. I have pasted a post-it note on the non-painted surface. Notice carefully the readings of the white painted surface versus non-painted surface versus non-painted surface with a piece of paper. And then we'll do the maths. So 127 microns on the painted surface, 29 microns on the non-painted surface and 126 microns on the non-painted surface with a piece of paper on it. Notice the first and last readings, they're almost same. Now notice the difference between the first and second readings. This indicates that the paint is about 100 microns thicker. So what I'm trying to say here is the paint on your vehicle is as thin as this little piece of paper. So make sure you protect that as much as possible. And if you're questioning is that same for other manufacturers too and what about cars? Well, pretty much all automotive manufacturers have paint about as thick as that. After all my paint analogy, I move on to pull out few parts from the bike that were removable. This included the seats and the side shields. Now that I have inspected the paint surface, read and analyzed it, I get ready for some paint correction. And while I do that, I want to talk about the paint job on this JAWA. For whatever reason, JAWA thought it was cool to paint the chassis frame to match with that of the body, but I think from a detailist perspective they went too far, deciding to paint the side parking stand as well. For obvious reasons, you're going to step on that side stand often and that's going to strip off that paint too soon, as you see on this one. And it doesn't look good. Imagine what will be its condition after a period of 6 months. Not well thought by JAWA. After performing a test spot, I decided to go with yellow foam pad along with the finishing compound to eliminate all the defects that were on the paint. I decided not to go too aggressive because there were only minor swirl marks as this is just a couple of weeks old. Anyways, I'm the guy that always starts with least aggressive compound because as I showed you the paint is usually too thin and I don't want to cut that too much. I want to keep that as much as possible while removing the defects from it. If you notice, I work section by section, giving out even passes while closely noticing the defect removal rate. I then grab a clean and fresh microfiber towel and dust off the residue, wipe the panel out. Here's another manufacturing mistake by JAWA. The off-white matte finish like spot you see here is nothing but deep scratches made by this thick black cable right there. When I move the steering bar towards the right side, it makes contact with the paint. Usually when there's dust on the surface, this wire cable glides on the surface, dragging those little dust particles to and forth on the surface, causing minor scratches. This over time results in a major defect like this one. If not taken proper care of, this could possibly keep digging and strip the paint off the surface with time, just like the one we saw on the side stand. I wonder if this issue is just with this particular one or all the JAWAs are the same. If you own a JAWA, do check and let me know in the comments below. And I would really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button down there. Well, just like other defects, this one too was taken care of. A two-step compound and polished helped me remove it, and I will later tag that cable so it doesn't make that again. Notice those two green tapes? I have masked the rubber seals so that it doesn't come in contact with the pad and contaminate it, which can later result in scouring. As a detailer, my job is to remove defects from the paint and not add any, so I make sure I mask up all the integrated rubber or plastic parts that can possibly cause defects. Every painted part receives my same attention to detail. Remember those side shields I pulled off? Now they have been placed on this desk and been polished out. They had little extra deeper swirls and scratches, so I had to compound them first and then also followed it by polishing them out. Every section or part I work is again inspected for any leftover defects. If any, I carry out similar process again. I use my handle light to identify swirls, scratches. Only if the surface or panel is free of any defects, I move on to the next one. After paint correction, I prep the surface with IPA to lay down some ceramic coating for protection. What I'm using here is 9H ceramic coating from Austrian. It's a Malaysian brand with Japanese technology. So I take few drops and then put onto the paint surface a nice even cross hatch pattern so that I cover every square inch and don't leave any spot there. I continue applying the same coating for other painted surface and then use a fresh new microfiber cloth to buff out the excess. Till the other body parts get touch dry, I decided to apply tire dressing, and here's a small demonstration of before and after applying the tire dressing. I hope the difference is clearly noticeable. I go ahead and apply the same tire dressing for other tires and then decide to show you some before and after shots of detailing this JAWA.
Done with ceramic coating, that's going to last minimum of 2 years, making your vehicle really easy to clean as well as giving you that deep rich shine and gloss. So it's going to have all chemical resistance, all weatherproof, as well as the 9H coating will give you some swirl and scratch resistance. That and a lot more coming up on my future episodes of Finance and Preserve. Stay tuned. Bye bye.